Okay, so now we have our document set up and we have 3 pages and we're on our master page. To make sure that you're on your master page, if you go down here in the bottom left, it's very tiny, it says A master. If I click that little triangle at the very bottom, you can see it says A master. So I know I'm on that master page. Also, if I try to scroll anywhere, it doesn't let me because I'm on the master. So make sure that you are on the master before you start doing anything else. Otherwise, you might just be wasting your time. So make sure it's on master. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is draw some photo boxes, text boxes, and stuff like that on our master page. So let's start off by drawing a photo box. So if you click this rectangle frame tool, has the X in it, click on that and go to the very top in on that red line where your bleed is, the bleed line. And our photo, we want it to bleed off the edge, so that's why we want to start it there on the red line. And just click and go all the way over to the next red line. And it doesn't have to be a specific number. I'm just going to stop mine here at 125. So if you go over here to properties, you can see that my height of my rectangle is 125. And I started at -5, -5 because I went up here. So if you want to make it exactly like mine, just do that. And if you wanted to change the size, let's say I wanted it to be 150, I can do that and it will make it 150. So that's how you do that. I'm going to put it back at 125. And now I want to draw a box that I'm just going to make a color. So this is the rectangle frame tool. I just want a rectangle. And I'm going to start right there with that other photo boxes. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to make a rectangle. And this time I'm going to make it 100. So if I go over here to properties, you can see that I have my height 100. Now I see I made a mistake. I see that my width is smaller. I didn't go all the way to the edge with my, to where the bleed is. So I'm going to get my selection tool over here and just pull that out. So if I zoom in, you can see now that my rectangle is going to the bleed. So you want your photo at the top and this rectangle to be bleeding off the edge. All right. So I want to put my headline inside of that. So I'm going to get the text tool and I'm going to drag a box, and again I'm going to draw it from bleed to bleed all the way across and make it about that big. And I'm going to put all caps and I'll just type headline. And I'm going to select it and I'm going to go over here to properties. I want you to change the font to Arial black. So we want a nice bold font. And let's make the font size 35. And let's center it. So go down here in paragraph and press center. All right, now I want my text to be white with a drop shadow. So let's go over here where it says appearance, and if I click on the fill, I'm going to make it paper. All right, now let's get the selection tool. All right, so you can't see the text because it's white, so I'm going to click on the text box, then go to Object, Effects, Drop Shadow, and you can leave all these defaults. You don't need to mess with that. All right, and then let's there's a couple of things I had on my flyer. If you want to go back and see, I had like these other two light colored stripes going across. So let's go over and put those in. If you click the rectangle tool, and let me zoom in a little bit. I think I'm going to go ahead and make my rectangle a color so I can see it. It's a little bit hard to work without it being a color. So it can be any color you want. We're going to change it later anyway. So I'm going to start off just having it blue so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm going to make two skinny rectangles that go across I'm going to have it intersect so it's kind of half in and half out, and I'll just make it cyan for now. And what I want you to do is make the opacity 50 so that it's kind of a transparent thing. All right, and then copy and paste it, Control C, Control V, and then just put that other one right on top of it like that. All right, so the other thing I want you to have underneath the headline is a web link. So I'm going to get the text tool again, drag it across, and I'm going to type the word web link and select it, and I'm going to center it, and I'm going to leave it the same color. I'm not going to change the color. You can leave it whatever size you want, and let's make all our fonts Arial, but not Arial black. Let's make it just Arial regular. Arial regular. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stop the video and let you get that far, and then we'll pick up again on another video to tell you how to make the bottom text boxes with the circle photo.